Hey guys, Joonas here, the founder of Edgelord. Welcome to the 7-day free trial of our system. So in this video, I'm going to go through what to expect during your 7 days. So firstly, just a bit of background on myself. Firstly, my background is in quant finance. I've been a professional derivatives trader for many years. I worked at Bet365 for 5 years. There I was an in-play trader, but also essentially the head of golf in play for the Asian time zone. And I've also been betting successfully for many years. Before I jump into what to expect in the trial, just a bit of background. So we've been operating for 3 years. You may have heard of us by seeing our reviews. This is typically what we get from members. Results are proven, best POI of any service, amazing service, blah 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 blah. You can see it all on Trustpilot. You might have seen our profit worm as well, and this is how we've gone to date. You can see the results there. December over 5k profit, 3k, 3k, blah 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 blah. So we're winning at 31% profit on turnover, which from what we can tell is the best performing service in Australia, out of about 150 in total. Our bonus bet system, you might have seen these results. We actually convert bonuses into cash at over 100%, which is quite phenomenal. You might have seen our other videos. In this video, I recently talked about statistical arbitrage versus matched betting. Matched betting is a huge industry, but it's really not the way you want to be doing it. You might have seen this video here about how to make 500 in 3 hours. It's all on YouTube. So, moving on. So what to expect during the trial. So firstly, welcome. Basically, you're going to get full access to the system's tips in racing, in same-game multis, and also our bonus bet tips. You'll also get access to our 7-day betting course. So it'll just be a daily video where we go through some key content. So before I go through a few mechanics of how things will work over the next 7 days, why is there a big opportunity and how are Edgelord members able to make 500 to 1K every week? Well, essentially the bookie industry right now in Australia is extremely competitive. We've got about 15 to 20 reasonable sized bookies at the moment battling for market share. There are actually dozens more smaller ones, but about 15 to 20 decent sized ones, and they're all battling for market share. And the number one tactic they use to acquire new customers and retain their existing is through promotions, and primarily bonus bet promotions. And we've got some systems that really take advantage of that in a very smart way. The third reason there is most punters, I'd say 98, 99%, even while they're offered these promotions, on their own, they just struggle to get any value from them. That's why the bookies are just happy to offer them in great supply, and there's never been more promotions in the market than there currently is right now, Jan 2022. So how to get the most out of the 7-day trial. First step is betting account setup, and I'll go through that in more detail in a sec. The second step is working out your stake size, and we've got a simple rule of how to optimize that. And the third step there is just being ready just before the jump, and I'll go through why before the jump is important in a sec. So betting account setup. So there are two parts to this really. First, deposit offers. If you open up an account with a bookmaker and you don't deposit any money, very often over 80% of the bookies out there at the moment, if you wait a day or two, they'll offer you a first deposit offer. So this is just free money if you just wait a little bit before depositing any money. So if you're going to open up accounts, and I'm going to go through a list of bookmakers soon. Some of you may have already got all the accounts around, but for those who don't, then this is just free money. So open up an account, don't deposit, just let it sit there. The bookies kind of start getting a bit nervous that they've lost you as a customer if you haven't deposited straight away. And then second part about account setup is if you've got accounts set up with a bunch of bookies, you've just got a greater ability to get onto more promotions, and also just spread your betting around so you're not hitting one bookie too hard. And this is what they look like. This is typically what we really take advantage of, these bonus bet racing promotions. So on that first part about which accounts to have, here's a list of about 16. We've got some insights. This is some recent insight from December 21 on like optimizing, or just some insights into how long it takes to get offered these first deposit offers. So some of them are actually instant. Some take up to 7 days, some are a couple of days. But check out these and any accounts that you don't have if you want to take this system seriously, it's nice to have access to as many as possible. For the purpose of the trial, you just need a couple of accounts. Ideally, Sportsbet's one of them, or Tab's one of them, because they do offer the best value. Step 2, working out the stake size. So there are two parts to professional trading and betting. One is finding quantifiable edge. The second is staking in a diligent manner. It's not good enough to just find edge but then blow it all because you're overstaking, for example. You don't want to understake either because you're not getting the greatest bang for your buck in a risk-adjusted way. So we've got a real simple way to optimize stake sizing. So work out your betting bankroll. So for example, if you said, okay, look, I've got $400 to bet with over the 7-day trial, then to work out your stake size, you just multiply that bankroll by 5%. So if your bankroll is 400, your stake size initially, they're $20. And then as your betting bankroll goes up and down, it'll drift up, but there are little bumps up along the way in the short term. Just adjust your stakes as well. So if towards the end of the week you've got 600, then your stake size will be $30. And you can just round to the nearest $5. You don't want to look too smart and you don't want to waste time by betting amounts like $28.94 and that sort of stuff. And then if you've got if your betting bankroll gets over 1,000 or already is, then you'll just have to use multiple bookies if you want to use the 5% rule, because the max bet size on these promotions, on nearly all of them, is $50. But just on that, one other thing I'd add is on Saturdays, we've got about an average of 6 or 7 bookies offering promotions on each race. So it's easy to get on with multiple bookies. Step 3, so check the morning schedule and just get ready. So every morning there's a racing schedule sent out around 9 or 10 a.m. We scour the market, look for what's out there. So just get ready before each race then. And the reason the tips come through in the last minute, it's a very common question, is we've got an algorithm that looks at last minute price and volume data. And the 3 reasons why that's very successful: one is last minute price data has the biggest predictive edge, basically because the liquidity is so high. To move prices, there's more predictive significance in that, as opposed to something a couple of days out. It's very easy, very illiquid markets then, so they can sort of fluctuate around and not really mean anything. It's just noise, largely. The second reason is the bookies have the lowest margin. So they kind of start getting they're the most confident in their pricing in that last minute, which means they reduce their margin. We get the best price. So that's great for us. And the third reason is because about 80% of the bets on races are in the last 5 minutes. If we're betting in the last minute, then our bets kind of get lost amongst a wash of all this other random bets. So our service is able to stay under the radar, which is really important for sustainability purposes. Cool. So in summary, I'll just move this out of the way. So firstly, welcome. Secondly, there is a big opportunity. Our members make 500 to $1,000 a week profit. You can see all our reviews that talk about that. Number 3 here. Follow those 3 steps. So accounts, go through that list that was there. Make sure you've got some accounts ready to go. Work out your betting bankroll, and from that, use the 5% rule to work out your stake size, and then just be ready before each race. Then a couple other things here. You'll get access to the betting course. There'll be a daily video, so try and learn as much as you can from that. And finally, if you've got any questions, you can just ask them on the chat group and I'll help out. Cheers, guys, and welcome again. Thanks.